Welcome to the 363rd ISR Wing's Heroes Alcove. Located in the 363rd ISR Wing headquarters at Joint Base Langley Eustis, Virginia, the alcove features portraits hand-drawn by Mr. Michael G. Reagan, artist for the Fallen Heroes Project. The display also includes a tactical systems operator crew position from an MC-12W Liberty aircraft. Dedicated in 2019, the Heroes Alcove honors 5 ISR airmen associated with the 363rd Wing, who since September 11, 2001, have demonstrated through their service and sacrifice the core values that all airmen strive to exhibit. In 1978, 14-year-old Navid Garshasb moved with his family from Iran to the United States. He joined the Air Force in 1986, serving first as a civil engineer and later as a munitions specialist. While stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, Sergeant Garshasb served as a reserve police officer with the Bossier City Police Department and was recognized for bravery by the Chief of Police and as the department's Reserve Officer of the Year. He retrained as an airborne linguist, speaking Farsi and 5 other languages, and joined the 25th Intelligence Squadron as a direct support operator in 1999. Shortly after 9/11, Technical Sergeant Garshasb was deployed for the early phase of Operation Enduring Freedom. On November 2, 2001, Sergeant Garshasb was the sole direct support operator dispatched with a team aboard 2 MH-53 Pavlo helicopters, call signs Knife 03 and Knife 04, to evacuate an ill Special Forces soldier from a forward operating base in Afghanistan. As the helicopters attempted to fly from Pakistan through the mountains of the Hindu Kush in increasingly poor weather, Sergeant Garshasb's aircraft, Knife 03, crashed, injuring several crew members. Sergeant Garshasb sustained 2 fractured vertebrae and other injuries in the crash. As the downed crew attempted to move to a location where the other helicopter could pick them up, a group of curious local villagers approached. Concerned that the villagers might be hostile, some members of the team prepared to defend themselves. Sergeant Garshasb put down his weapon and, despite his injuries, walked out to talk to the villagers, warning them to stay away from the aircrew while they awaited pickup. For his heroism in defusing a hostile situation, Sergeant Garshasb received the Bronze Star Medal with Valor. Additionally, for performing a heroic act which resulted in the saving of life despite the risk of personal danger, the Air Force Sergeants Association gave its 2002 Pitsenbarger Award to Technical Sergeant Garshasb, making him the first non-rescue airman to receive the award. Medically retired in 2005, Master Sergeant Garshasb fought a long battle with cancer that would take his life in 2013. Master Sergeant Garshasb is honored at several locations around the country. A flight room at the Paul W. Airy Non-Commissioned Officer Academy at Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida, is dedicated in Sergeant Garshasb's honor. He is also recognized in the Hall of Honor at 25th Air Force Headquarters, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Since 2017, the Air Force Weapons School at Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada, has presented the Master Sergeant Navid Garshasb Outstanding Graduate Award to the outstanding graduate from the Advanced Intelligence Instructor course. Shane H. Kimmett was born in Boulder, Colorado in 1974. He joined the Air Force in 1994, becoming a Spanish-speaking airborne cryptologic language analyst and reported for duty at Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska. Later, Staff Sgt. Kimmett served as a Spanish-speaking direct support operator with the 25th Intelligence Squadron at Hurlburt Field, Florida. On August 7, 2002, Sergeant Kimmett and 9 other service members departed Roosevelt Roads Naval Station, Puerto Rico, aboard MC-130H call sign Talon 13 on a training flight to Borinquen, Puerto Rico. Emblematic of the pride Sergeant Kimmett took in his duties and his crew, when the crew's original mission was canceled due to weather, he chose to remain with his team and fly on the local training sortie, though he could have opted out. The crew of Talon 1-3 died when their aircraft crashed into a mountain on their way to Borinquen. Staff Sergeant Kimmett was laid to rest in Fort Logan National Cemetery near Denver, Colorado. He and the crew of Talon 1-3 are honored on the Combat Talon Memorial in Heritage Park at Hurlburt Field, Florida. Sergeant Kimmett is recognized in the Hall of Honor located at 25th Air Force Headquarters at Lackland Air Force Base, Texas, and on the Special Operations Memorial at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida. A conference room at the 25th Intelligence Squadron at Hurlburt Field, Florida is dedicated to Sergeant Kimmett. Born in 1965, Glenn P. Lasties graduated from Southington High School in Southington, Connecticut in 1983. The next year, he joined the Air Force and eventually became an Albanian-speaking direct support operator with Detachment 2 of the 25th Intelligence Squadron at RAF Mildenhall, United Kingdom. In March 2005, Technical Sergeant Lasties and a group of airmen from the 7th Special Operations Squadron deployed to Tirana, Albania for 2 weeks of joint combined exchange training with the Albanian military. On March 31, 2005, Sergeant Lasties and 8 other airmen died when their MC-130H, call sign Wrath 11, crashed into a mountain during a night training sortie. Sergeant Lasties was laid to rest in Arlington National Cemetery. His name appears on the Wrath 11 Memorial marker at Arlington National Cemetery, on the Wrath 11 Memorial located at the 7th Special Operations Squadron, RAF Mildenhall, United Kingdom, on the Combat Talon Memorial at Heritage Park, Hurlburt Field, Florida, and on the Special Operations Memorial at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida. Sergeant Lasties is remembered in the Hall of Honor located at 25th Air Force Headquarters, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Finally, a conference room at the 361st Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Group at Hurlburt Field is dedicated to the memory of Technical Sergeant Lasties. Born on October 17, 1985, Julian S. Scholten grew up in a military family. After graduating from Frederick Douglass High School in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, Julian joined the Air Force in 2007. After graduating basic training, language school, and intelligence training, Airman Scholten joined the 25th Intelligence Squadron and became one of the first professional tactical systems operators. Senior Airman Scholten completed 2 tours of duty as a tactical systems operator in Iraq and amassed over 900 combat hours. On February 18, 2012, Airman Scholten and the crew of Ratchet 3-3 were returning to their base in Djibouti after a reconnaissance mission in the United States Africa Command's area of operations when their U-28 crashed, killing the entire team. Senior Airman Scholten was laid to rest in Arlington National Cemetery. A conference room at the 25th Intelligence Squadron, Hurlburt Field, Florida, is dedicated in his honor. Senior Airman Scholten's name appears on the National Security Agency Central Security Service Cryptologic Memorial at Fort Meade, Maryland, and on the Special Operations Memorial at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida. He is remembered in the Hall of Honor at 25th Air Force Headquarters, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Since 2014, the Air Commando Association has presented the Senior Airman Julian S. Scholten ISR Commando of the Year Award in his memory. Airman Scholten and the crew of Ratchet 3-3 are honored on memorial markers located at Arlington National Cemetery, in the Memorial Park at the National Museum of the United States Air Force, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio, and in the Heritage Park at Hurlburt Field, Florida. Richard A. Dickson was born in Sacramento, California in 1988. He joined the Air Force in 2006 and after completing basic training, Korean language school, and intelligence training, Airman Dickson reported to Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska, for duty as an airborne cryptologic language analyst. He later cross-trained to become an airborne ISR operator and tactical systems operator with the 306th Intelligence Squadron based at Beale Air Force Base, California. During his career, Sergeant Dickson amassed 1,435 total flight hours, including 981 combat hours in the MC-12W Liberty. On April 27, 2013, Sergeant Dickson and 3 other airmen departed Kandahar Air Base, Afghanistan, in the MC-12W, call sign Independence 08, on a mission in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Northeast of the base, Independence 08 encountered heavy weather, and the aircraft stalled and crashed, killing the entire crew. Staff Sergeant Dickson was laid to rest at Mount Vernon Memorial Park in Fair Oaks, California. A conference room at the 361st Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Group, Hurlburt Field, Florida, is dedicated to him, and he is remembered in the Hall of Honor at 25th Air Force Headquarters, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Independence Hall, the theater at Beale Air Force Base, California, is dedicated to the crew of Independence 08. Sergeant Dickson's name appears on the National Security Agency Central Security Service Cryptologic Memorial at Fort Meade, Maryland, and on the Independence 08 Memorial in Greenville, Texas. The Heroes Alcove serves as a tangible reminder of the proud heritage, tradition of honor, and legacy of valor of our Air Force. A heritage, a tradition, a legacy, enriched by the service and sacrifices of the airmen we recognize in the Heroes Alcove. Never forget.